we're going to be talking about today. It is number one on the wheel. Congratulations for yesterday. If you were with us, then you caught the message on church. If you haven't found that one, haven't watched it, definitely rewatch it. Okay. Or watch it for the first time if you missed it. Get the highlights. Some. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to erase that one because we completed it. And today we are doing friendship. And I'm so excited because I have a saying, in order to obtain friends, you want to show yourself friendly. And that saying came straight from the word, as y'all know how I do. And so today I want to share with you from the Bless the Work of My Hands book because it is so amazing. It is a 21-day devotional and journal that I encourage you to grab and take a look at if you have been looking for honestly something that can supercharge your personal devotional life. This is a really good book. The Bible verses are in here, of course. And then there are just short devotionals, maybe a page or two. This one is about 2.5 pages, and then it goes into a question or two. It gives you a prayer, an affirmation, a reflection, which I encourage you to do. And then it ends the day with notes. And I want you to use this book if you are wanting to see how God is talking to you, or if you may just be missing or not sensitive enough to hear Him. Okay. So this is an incredible book. I've seen what it does, I've seen how it's helped me. I am the author of the book. So when you order it using, right here, either in the TikTok shop or using the pin that you'll see on the screen, it will allow you to get signed copies from me. My books are published internationally, so you can find them wherever books are sold. But I would love for you to get your signed copies right here. Yes, so I'm going to put that up there for you, and we are going to be in day 18. Okay, so if you're like, okay, she's skipping days, yes, yes, that's a good thing about this devotional. You don't have to read it in order, although it might be easy for you to keep up with where we are or maybe where you're going. And I say try to complete it in 30 days because life happens. You might not hit it every day, and that's all right. But you want to at least be consistent in pursuing this book over 30 days because you'll see the results that I would love for you to experience to know how well the book works. And then, of course, I encourage you to do the book again about 30 to 90 days later. It is a book that will keep pushing. Like after you finish it, if you wait a month or two and you come back to it, then you're going to see how much you've grown because you can read your notes. But most importantly, you'll see what the Father has in store for you in that moment in season. Because I believe that the Father is progressive, He's living, He's well, and He's going to push us. So, what we may do when we start this book may not be what we do in another month or a year or even, you know, 90 days later. So, don't be afraid to pop the book back open or share it with somebody who needs it and allow them to experience what you will experience, I pray, when you use the book. Okay. So again, here's the book in case you want to see the cover. Of course, you can click the pin to order it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So here is day 18, and it starts on page 153. There's about 200 and no, it's 190 pages roughly about in the book. So if you're wondering how many pages it is. Hey, Quantum, good to see you. Hey, Billy, thank you so much. Lambry, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for tuning in. Of course, I'll shout y'all out as I can and I see your comments. Feel free to do that. Be sure to follow me if you haven't yet. Also, you can subscribe if you haven't done that. Blessings. How are you doing, Quantum? Thank you for being in the Rose Club as well. So I'll give you a bell for that. All right, so here we go. Here's the verse of the day if you're looking for one of those. It's Proverbs chapter 22, verses 22 through 25. And it reads like this: Do not rob the poor because he is poor, or crush the afflicted at the gates. For the Lord will plead their cause and rob of life those who rob them. Okay. Make no friendship. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. I see you. Make no friendship with a man given to anger, nor go with a wrathful man, lest you learn his ways and entangle yourself in a snare. Okay. I want to show you something. Definitely. One of the things I want to show you today is with friendship, the word says to show yourself friendly, which I do believe is very accurate. Of course, he wouldn't share it with us if there wasn't value to the statement. But I also want you to see something here, which is sometimes when you are being friendly, there are people that will seek to use you or abuse you or misuse you, as far as trying to get something out of you because you are a friendly, loving, understanding person. Some people will see that and want to take advantage of you. And for some of us, this is the reason why we don't want friends. We're like, oh no, I don't want no friends because they use me or they misuse me, they misjudge me, they don't have my back, they're not consistent, they're not loyal. And Emma, thank you so much, honey. I want to let you know, yes, these are things that people we call friends can do to us. And some of them may have been a friend to us for a season, and some of them have been only plotting a way to undermine what we're building. You know what I'm saying? So I want to encourage you that you are not the only one that has gone through this. And the Father does see what the people have done and are doing. There was nothing done in darkness or in private that the Father doesn't know or isn't aware of. And the best part about it is He's still going to make it work to your good. And that's what I want to show you today. Having friends is an important aspect of life, but having the right friends will bless you. And then having friends that you don't know is going to turn on you in the moment. Sometimes we do know, but for some reason, the Father allows them to stay close to you. The Messiah was close to Judas, even though Judas would betray him and he knew it, he still didn't dismiss him. He still allowed him to be a spectator, to be a watcher, and even to be his betrayer. So I want to let you know it's not your fault if people have done you dirty. It's not your fault if they ended up having to stay or choosing to stay around you when you knew something was off, because sometimes it's part of the Father's plan to get you where He wants you to be. And He doesn't want you to change your character of being friendly and open and honest, but He does want you to wisen up. So that's what I do want to encourage you to do, is to watch what people say and what they do, and then live by what they show you. Yes, you can take it with a grain of salt what people tell you, because people may not know themselves as well as you do. You experience their actions, they experience their wishes, their dreams, and their hopefulness. Okay. Some people are not in their own reality, they're in the reality that they've manifested, and it's not always connecting or gelling with us. So I want you to be open, but I also want you to be watchful. Okay. So here is just a quick devotional. I'll read some of it. If I have time, I'll read all of it. But I want to show you how to use this book. For those of you who have it or will get it, this is what I want to show you. So as believers, we are to have a heart for the poor and those who need help. We shouldn't be judgmental and seek to exploit their weaknesses. Too often people are signing away their lives and never reading contracts. Have y'all ever gone to go buy something and they stick this packet in front of you and they say, oh, don't worry, this is what it says. And then they summarize it for you. And then later on down the line, when life changes or something happens and you didn't read that big, thick packet, and you're like, man, why did I not what? Slow down to read it? Because a friend is not only going to tell you what is advantageous and beneficial to themselves, but they're going to share with you the things that also could trip you up, even in their own agreements. Keys, I see you. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for being here and being a Rose Club member. I appreciate you. So I want to let you know, even in my business, when I take people through my contracts, I keep the contract pages short. They're only a couple of pages, if that long, because I want people to have enough time to read them. And I tell them, you don't have to sign it now. Read it, make sure you understand it. If you have questions, I'll help you understand it. And I literally step people through agreements. Why? Because I want you to know that I am looking out for your sincere best interest, not just mine. And if you have a problem with something that is written, you can let me know. And then we can talk about it. And if it's something that I can fix, then I fix it. If it's something that is just a part of the way things work, then I let people know that too, because it allows people to make choices. People that are friendly and desire friendship and real connection, they're going to give you what's right, even if it means that they may not get what they want in the time, but it will show them that you are genuine, you have integrity, and these are things that build longevity. Okay, so here we go. People will give us a summary of the document, and for the most part, they may be honest with that, but they don't tell you what could harm or impact you. We have blind faith when we trust people and take on agreements thinking everyone would be fair. I want to let you know, when you're seeking friends, it's important to know that everybody isn't what? Fair. Everyone isn't honest. Everyone isn't truthful. So it doesn't mean that you have a heart where you can't trust nobody. It just means that you have a heart that understands that people are human, people make mistakes, and some people are not going to be your people. They're not going to be in your circle. They might need friends, but they might not need you as a friend. And you get to decide your friendships. That's one of the best things about this. For some of us, we may decide to make friends with people based on what they have. But I want to show you real quick, don't be so quick to make friends solely on what people have, but look at the character that people really have. Okay. Why? Because we don't have to look far to see that people can go from up to down, from having to not having enough. So here it is. Then you hear of stories where doctors sign off on treatments. I'm going to talk about that. But sometimes wars happen and that robs you of the things you have. The stock market can tank and your wealth can go out the door. You can have other things go wrong that can render you penniless too. So being fair to those without is a great lesson because you might be on the receiving end. The top of this devotional or this Bible message today was saying, don't be quick to dismiss the poor. Don't be quick to say, oh, I don't need you. Get away from me. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want nothing to do with you, because people may be in want or in need today, because those people can turn around and be your deliverer tomorrow. They can turn around and be the reason why you got something you didn't earn, why you can have access to something that you desperately need at the right time and season. They can become the manager when you need to be hired. They can become the person that's writing a check that you really want and need. And the way you treated them is carrying weight. Okay. So this is why we have to be quick to listen and to hear people and see them for their genuine selves, and not just the way that we may perceive them because of how they dress, how they talk, or where they might be personally in life when you meet them. They can grow. And I know for some of us, we don't want to see, or we don't want to open our minds up to see somebody beyond what we've experienced with them. And I want to let you know, if we serve a God that is able to redeem and to restore and to set captives free, we have to be open to what he can do in us, yes, but also what he can do in other people. And I want to share with you, he doesn't want to just deliver you. He wants to deliver anyone that has an ear to hear, anyone that wants to start over, anyone that comes from any walk of life can enter into his presence and be able to be a recipient of his goodness, grace, and mercy, because that's what we all need. Okay. So here we go. We may think we should feel sorry for them, but hold on. Many would tell us not to. The Lord will fight the battles of those who call on him, no matter where you find yourself, in your right mind or not, rich or poor, homeless or in a house. He can bring healing and restoration to us all. He can fight any battle and restore anyone to wholeness. This is what makes the gospel good news. And this is what makes the father a friend to the friendless. This is what makes him a mother to those that feel like they have no mother or no father or no friends, or they're lonely or isolated or in doubt of what they may be able to have to achieve or to accomplish. If you are on the receiving end of, Lord, I need you to bless me. Okay. I want you to see him as your friend. I want you to see him as your father. I want you to see him as one that won't, what is the word? Betray you, one that won't simply disregard you because of what you look like or what you said or even what you've done. That is the redeeming power of what the Father does, is he knows all of your life. And even knowing it all, he will still want to create a relationship with you. He will still want to build a friendship and a parental relationship, a one that is filled with worship, because you reverence what he is and who he is and what he's done. So if you are poor in spirit, the Father knows how to reach out and save you. I know for some of us, we might say, Lord, I don't even know what I need. For some of us, people will tell us, you need to get out more. You need to do this more. You need to be more outgoing. But for some of us, we need to learn how to be friendly. We need to learn how to open our hearts to something the Father wants for us, or we know we need for ourselves. For those who are men or woman eaters, The Father doesn't like that. If somebody has done you wrong, don't worry. The Father will avenge the poor. I have heard of people whose hearts were broken when their husbands have died. This particular woman I'm thinking about was a preacher's wife, and when her husband died, within 30 days, the church kicked her out of the house that they provided to her family to live in. I understand you have to move the new family somewhere, but I think there should have been a provision for the deceased pastor's wife. And for some of us, this is the reason why we don't want to get entangled with friends. We don't want to have churches. We don't want to go to a church because we have church hurt or we have church, complaints. And I want to let you know that sometimes the things that we are going through are part of the process to allow the Father to grow us in that moment. Nikita, baby, how you doing? Welcome to the live. I want to just shout you out real quick. So I want to let you know if right now you are going through a storm and you're wondering if you even need friends, the question is only, do you need good friends? Do you need friends that will help you step through this? Friends that will be open to your growth, to your journey, to your changes. And yes, sometimes maybe it's to our attitude or our personalities or our character. Sometimes we have felt like we had to defend ourselves so much that we are on guard. And some of us were so on guard that we are not able to build the best friendships because we are so ready to protect ourselves. And friendships require us to be open. It requires you to have an open heart and an open mind. And for some of us, that vulnerability is scary. For some of us, we don't know who deserves it. So we say no one does to be safe. But that also means isolation. That also can lead to depression. That also can lead to you feeling rejected. And when we feel like this, it makes us not want to get out and go nowhere. It makes us want to honestly close the blinds and say life is boring. It's over. I'm just going to work my job. I'm just going to do what I got to do. We say these things because this is our cry for help. Yes. Our cry for companionship. Yes. And sometimes we can look for romantic relationships when we really need a good friendship, when we really just don't want to be alone, when we really just want someone to walk with us in this life, not because they necessarily have to sex us through this, but because we want someone to be close to us. We want to know that we're not alone. And I want to let you know that is not a wrong thing to desire. It's not a wrong thing to say you want a friend and a good one at that. In fact, it's what the Father wants for us. I understand you have to move. Yeah, so I talked about that. The dangers uh, with hurt people and those with unresolved pain is that they can turn to unrighteous anger. And that's what I want to make sure we don't do today. If we're frustrated by how people treated us, if we're frustrated about what went right and what went wrong, I want to encourage you what the Father has in store for those who are open to accept friendship, because the path of anger and resentfulness and sometimes we may feel like we have to again defend ourselves, but when we do that, it could put us in a dangerous spot where we are really just bitter. That's the word I'm going to get to. Is it can lead to bitterness, and bitterness can lead to sarcasm and things just really going down real quick. But I want to lift you up, because I want to remind you, if you have a problem with your brother, it is better to try to work it out with them, because this is what friends do. Friends don't just say we have a problem and then they just cut you off. I know that's how some of us have been treated, either by the church, by people, by family, but this is not how the Father treats us. When he has a problem with what we do, he has the word to show us. He has pastors to help us. He has me and others that will be there, books like these that can help show you what he wants from you. And even as you're going through your progress and process of change, he's not abandoning you. He's not leaving you nor forsaking you in your times of need and want. Okay. He is actually going to be there, and he's providing even when we don't want him or don't ask him to. This is what mercy and grace feels like. It's receiving something you cannot earn, but it's something you desperately need. Okay. If after you have tried that you are still hateful and malicious, leave it in the Father's hands to clear up and remove yourself. No one deserves to be dragged on a vengeful and hurtful journey to no avail. No one can give you what they do not have. Yaki, thank you so much for being in the Rose Club. Thanks for being here too. It's good to see you. So I want to let you know, for some of us, we're seeking friendships from people or apologies or things like that from people that can't or won't give it to us. And even if they do, it's not genuine. But I want to let you know the friendship that we can have in Christ, in God, is one that is genuine. It's one that's real. So if you have been struggling on how you see yourself, sometimes we see ourselves and we're like, man, Lord, I don't want to be around nobody. Why? Because you are a work in process, because you're a work in progress. Allow yourself to grow, because it took you time to get to where you are, and it can very well take you time to get out. It could take you time to see differently. It could take you time to want more. And if that's where you're at, allow yourself to grow. This is what the journal questions are for in the book. And I want you to ask these questions even in your life. Are you poor in spirit or in finances? Where do you need to lean on the riches of the Father, of God, to lift you up? Because I want to let you know He's more than just your banker. Okay. He's more than just the one that keeps you out of hell. Okay. He is the one that wants to travel life with you, to build you and to set you free. He says, I come to set the what? Captives free. And what is the captive? The captives of those who are poor in spirit, poor in emotional health, poor in mental health, poor in social, poor in finances, poor in multiple ways. That's what he does. Those are people that are held captive by something, someone, an idea, a concept that has them oppressed, that has them feeling like they have no options. If you feel like you have no options, then you may be captive to things you don't know the names of, but the Father does. And the good news is he wants to deliver those who are caught up. Rachel, thank you so very much. So here is one of the prayers I want to share with you guys. And this is in the book, by the way. Okay. And then I want to give you the affirmation. The prayer says, if I have a plan to do anyone harm because I am hurt, forgive me, Father. If my poor spirit or finances are causing me to be bitter and speak negatively, Father, cancel my words and make those words unfruitful. Thank you for not allowing words I said in anger to plague me for the rest of my life. Forgive me, Father, and teach me how to be more mindful of my words. Keep me from making mistakes that could cost me valuable relationships. Show me how to be more like you and have a heart of mercy and grace. Teach me to have a heart for the poor and want to work issues out with others. In Yeshua's name, we say, so be it. In Jesus' name. Okay. Now, here's the affirmation I want you to say over the day. I want you to think about it. I know the affirmation is a bit of a sentence, which is why I encourage you to grab the book, because the affirmations are meant to wrap around you. Okay. Mrs. C, thank you so much for following, love. I do see you. I appreciate you. Okay. So here it is. Here's the affirmation. Any wrongs people have done to me, I forgive. And I will keep a soft heart that allows me to create healthy boundaries to forgive and move on. Okay. Monica, thank you so much, and I see you. So I'm going to say that affirmation one more time for those of you that might have missed it. Any wrongs people have done to me, I forgive. And I will keep a soft heart that allows me to create healthy boundaries to forgive and move on. For those who have put a knife in your back, we forgive them and we choose to move on. It doesn't mean that you are ignorant of the plans people have had. It doesn't mean that you pretend like you learn nothing when people hurt you, but it does mean that you will choose not to isolate yourself. You would choose not to be living the rest of your days alone or lonely because of what a divorce did and what someone else did to you. But you are going to choose to, yes, I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to be slow maybe to accept people into my inner circle, but I refuse to call myself a widower just because someone else abandoned me, or someone else have told me I don't deserve something, or someone else said they wish that I would die, or someone else said that I thought was my friend that I was not a friendly person, or I don't deserve this, or I don't deserve that. And I don't like when people say that when people break up. Now, I get it. Sometimes breakups are just necessary. And when breakups happen, we don't get to control how people will respond to the disattachment. But I will say this, there is a way to let people know how you feel and what is best for you without crushing the other person and making them feel like they don't deserve anybody because they could not have you. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in real life, unfortunately, with other people, and perhaps even with myself. Yeah, that's true. Even with myself, I've heard people say things to me like, "Oh, I was the best thing you'll ever have. You'll never have nobody like me. I'm it. I'm that. I'm whatever." And this sometimes makes us feel like if we couldn't have what we had, then maybe we don't deserve what we're hoping for. And I want to let you know that is not true. Just because some relationships don't work out doesn't mean you don't deserve a friendship, a relationship, a marriage, a healthy one. Okay. Sometimes things have to break up and people have to move on because they are not walking in the same direction. It doesn't mean one was fantastically greater than the other. It just means that your paths were not aligned. And sometimes we need to tell ourselves that, yes, I deserve a good friend. Yes, I deserve a healthy marriage. Yes, I deserve to be loved. Yes, I deserve to be treated like I treat other people. And if people can't do that for me, I do deserve to, to end that relationship or put boundaries or space between me and them. And I want to let you know if you've had to do that, I know it's not the easiest thing. Okay. So I want to just encourage you. Here is something I want you to reflect on as well. Hey, Men Need to Provide. How you doing? Thank you for liking the live. I do appreciate you as well. It says this for the reflection. Do you have unresolved issues of pain in your life? Because when they're unresolved, we start to take it out on other people or in other situations, and we may not always know it. We may not know why we pull away from the people that love us. We may not know why we assume, oh, they ain't trying to really be my friends. They're just trying to use me. We say these things, but these hurtful and very real feelings and raw emotions are coming from somewhere. And I just want to encourage you to open yourself up to see where they're coming from, because this will block a healthy friendship. This will block a healthy marriage. This will block building the relationships that you need and the Father wants for you because He says you deserve it. Some of you might say, well, I don't deserve anything because I've done some things wrong in my past. I want to let you know, if you're not wanting and you're not committed to doing them wrong in the future, why are you still penalizing yourself? It's kind of like those of us who have committed a crime and we go serve our time, and when we come out, we're still penalized as if we're still committing the crime, but we've already did 5 years. We already lost a marriage. We already lost something. So we've already experienced the death of something. And when we are grieving, sometimes grieving could look like giving up. And I want to let you know, when we are grieving, it may take us time to get ourselves reacclimated. Be patient with yourself because it didn't take you overnight to get there, and it may not take overnight to come out. But be committed to loving yourself and knowing you deserve love, because those things will push you to become greater. Hating yourself will push you to do the opposite. It will push you to accept people that won't respect you, that won't love you, that won't embrace you, that won't forgive you because you haven't forgiven yourself. So you're attaching, or you're attracting friends that are acting in the way you are acting towards yourself. So that's why the Bible says, if you want to have friends, show yourself friendly, meaning show yourself friendly first to yourself. Know that you do need somebody and somebody needs you too. Okay. The next thing I want you to think on is, how have you dealt with pain in the past? Did you ignore it? Did you bury it? Did you just assume, oh, well, don't worry, I won't need nobody? Do you go into, I don't need nobody, so it makes you feel better about not having nobody? Because I want to encourage you, after a while, not having nobody can get real scary. And then it starts to make you feel like you have nobody, you are alone, you will fail, and all of these other negative things come along with it. And I want to let you know that is not the way you want to sustain your life. Yes, negative things can charge us to do great things, but I would say positive reinforcement can undergird a whole lifestyle, a whole legacy that goes beyond you to build up other people to do great things. Okay. Yes. When we have been told you ain't gonna never be nothing, for some of us that made us push to be something, but it ain't gonna work like that for everybody. And for some of us, we still believe a piece of that. And this is why we work so hard. It's because we still believe that we're never going to be nothing, even when we become something. So we don't know how to enjoy the journey. We don't know how to do that. I'm watching a series called The Bear on Hulu. And there was a chef that was just writing him, like just telling him he wished he would die. He needs to hurry up. He needs to get off the line. He needs to quit. Like he was just throwing every kind of insult he thought to this young chef's way, assuming that he was building the chef. And the short answer was, the chef became great, but he became great out of fear. He became great with anxiety. He had panic attacks. He had all of these unhealthy associations with his expertise being developed. And for some of us, that's how we were conditioned. We were conditioned in pain and in chaos and anxiety and in fear. And this is what pushes that unregulated excitement or eagerness or ego even. And I would like to share with you, one of the things he said was, is, do you know what you did to me? Like, you broke me in so many ways. And still, he is battling with all the things that man told him. And for some of us, we still are too. The stuff that people told us thinking they were helping us. Then the chef replied to him, why don't you just tell me thank you? And he was like, thank you for what? You ruined my life. He says, no, I made you great. For some of us, they believe by using negative reinforcement, they're going to make you great. But I believe that there is a way to build somebody without crushing them in the process. And that's what real friends do. Yes, they will tell you what is truthful. They can be honest with you, but they're also going to encourage you and lift you up and not just beat you when you're down or beat you when you're learning or beat you when you're growing. They're going to do something that will help you release pain. They're going to do some things that will let you know it's okay to cry sometimes. Sometimes you got to let it go. Sometimes you got to let some things out so you can move on. Okay. So I want to encourage you on that. And then the last question is, do you need the Father to heal your heart? Sometimes the Father has to heal our hearts so we can move on, have friendships, have relationships, build new ideas, or have a new take on life that makes us want to accomplish more. Okay. So if any of this has blessed you, or you would honestly like to do it again and write your own notes and track what the Father has that goes beyond what I was able to share. There was a bit more in the devotional that's in here, but for the sake of time, I couldn't read it all. But I encourage you to grab the book. You can get it wherever you like, but I would love for you to get it here. You can use the pin that is on the screen in order to order the book. They do come signed when you order them from me, by the way. So I would love to do that. I believe I have like 4 of those. So if you do want it, if it can bless you, definitely grab it. Another book that I want to leave you with before I end the live is this one. I have a series called A Call to Pray. And in this series, my objective is to show people how prayer really can change things. I know for some of us, we're like, Lord, I don't know if, prayer is going to be what I need, because it may feel like what you need is more than you have or more than you can obtain. But I want to let you know, even friendship is something that I would encourage you to pray about. Because why? Not all your friends are really your friends. Yes. Not every friend will remain your friend, which hurts, right? And so when we are going through life, really, these situations can help set up a atmosphere where we either embrace friendship or changes, or we resent them, reject them, and we don't want any part of them. Some of them, sometimes our friends die. Like, our best friend could be our spouse and they pass away. Sometimes our best friends die unexpectedly, and it just leaves all of these plans in our laps and we don't know what to do with them. And then we feel guilty to go and do them without them, or we want to go do everything and we cast everything else to the wind because we see how life is not forever. And I want to encourage you to get balance. Okay. So in this book, there is a prayer actually called Friendship. There are 30 prayers in the book, and all of them are dedicated to different topics that we go through. And so some of the topics, real quick, in case you're wondering what's in this book and why I wrote it, these are prayers that I prayed. And as I prayed the prayers, I actually did type them because I believe that the Father has something he wanted to share with the subjects. And so that's why I put them in here. So in this book, there are prayers on friendship, pregnancy, abortion, guidance, growth, academics, protection, providing, humility, multitasking, purity, charity, endurance, spiritual understanding, time, comfort, hospitality, judgment, legal, decision making. Hey there, Jay Anthony. Good to see you. Well being, stress, anxiety, comparison, affection, wisdom, worrying, doubt, deliverance, and repentance. If any of those topics are things that you're going through, or you're like, Lord, that right there, that's for me, I want you to grab this book. When you do, the book does come signed, and you will get a free digital ebook that you can send to a friend, have them do it with you, or you can take the book on the go. It's meant to be a part of your life and help you to step through the things that could be challenging. And today we're going to read the prayer on friendship. They usually last about a page and a half to 2 pages. So they're not like those little bitty paragraphs you may think. The book is about 150 pages, or actually it's 170 almost. And when you order the books, it also helps me to translate the next set of books. So I have 12 books in this volume. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Hold on one second. So when I first said 365 prayers, it came out like this. So all of these books make up the series. All right. So if you are looking to write and publish your books, I want to mention my publisher real quick, KLE Publishing. If you do need help to write and tell your stories, no matter the genre, definitely check out my publisher, and they'll love to help you tell your stories, make it easy, make it plain, help you write it. I know for some of you, writing the story is hard enough. One of the things I would love to share is ghostwriting services are there, so that it won't be the reason you can't tell your story. Okay. I believe we all have a story. The only question is, what are you led to do with it? What is your testimony supposed to do for the world? Is it supposed to be shared? Is it supposed to be given to people that you know intimately, close? Okay. Or is it meant to be spread throughout the nations globally? And with Kaylee Publishing, they published to 44,000 outlets all around the world. So, yes, you will be on multiple stores, all the ones you've heard of, and many you have never heard of, reaching 44,000, of course. So, if that can bless you, definitely uh, check them out. Okay, so here is friendship. And one of the things that you're going to find in the book is at the very beginning, there's a paragraph that sets the pace or the tone for when and how I wrote the prayer. And it goes like this: "Want your friends so you don't have to live this life alone is not abnormal. We were created as humans to live in community, befriending one another and enjoying each other's company. Join me in prayer if you desire to have friends or to maintain friendships." Okay. Father, thank you for making us to be like you, for making us to desire each other's company and learning that being alone is not your design. Babies, when they are born, crave the touch and affection of another human. The bonds we form with our friends give us happy endorphins and allow us to find our place in this world. For those who have not been able to do that, those who have selected friends who use them, abuse them, or are not genuine to them, may you help them to change their sphere of influence. May you remind them that they are more than just stuff. They have more to offer society than what they can purchase, give, or do for someone. Friendship is a give and take. Help us, Father, today and give and also to take from those sent to be friends to us. A friend can be closer to us than a brother or a sister. Help us to build relationships that will last, that will encourage us and lead and guide us during difficult times. Use the friends you have given us to show your love and support when we need it most. Thank you for helping us to see the value in friendships and in people. In the precious name of your son, Jesus, or Yeshua the Christ, we say hallelujah, and so be it. So it is with that we are about to end the live. So if you have any questions for me real quick, definitely send me a DM or put it in the comments. I would love to answer your questions and give you feedback if you have those, of course. If you have purchased the books and you're reading them, I love to hear your comments and your feedback. It's one of the things that just blesses me. It's like having friends. You have friends that connect with you on subjects, on topics, in ways that even your family can't. So if there are things that you want to share with me, I would love to hear them. And just show you that we are one and of the same. Sometimes you just need to know you're not by yourself and that you can connect with somebody on a either spiritual level, social level, mental, physical, these all these different ways is how we can connect and build friendships. So if this has blessed you, let me know that too. Definitely, if you haven't followed me yet, feel free to do that now. I'm author KLEE on all platforms if you want to find me. And of course, if you want to take a look at my books, you can do that. I am Kay Lee, K for Crystal and Lee everywhere. So if you want to search me and find my books, you can do that as well. I have 64 published books. I'm still working on books and I love it. I love working as an editor, publisher, and ghostwriter. For those of you who may need that, let me know. Or if you need an author's coach to help you to tell your story or share it, I can help you do that as well. So look forward to meeting you and talking with you even again. See you in another live, of course. Until that day comes, y'all have a blessed, blessed day. And today's topic was on friendship. So if you need to share it with someone, feel free to let me know if you need to find it. I know on some platforms it goes away, but on others it will be still up even after the live. So if you need it, just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to connect you with where to find it. All right. So until then, bye-bye for now. Thank y'all so much for being on here. I see you, I acknowledge you, and I appreciate you. Let me do this real quick. The Don Busky, thank you so much for staying tapped in. I do appreciate you. Hold on, let me see. Hold on a second. Okay, yes. Sigma Bill, thank you. Chris, how you doing? Thank you. And Darnell Hart, thank you so much for being top viewers on this live. I appreciate every one of you. And I trust it's blessed you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now. Have a good day. All right, you guys, thank y'all so much for being with me. I do appreciate you. I know you could be anywhere doing some of everything. I want to let you know if you would love to order any of my books that I've shared with you on the live, you can go to authorklee.com and you can order the books that I've shared or that I do and I have written and published. It's exciting. Or you can also just search me on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, grab the books there too. But I thank you. The Call to Pray book that I shared with you, if you go to a call to pray series.com, you can order the book from there or in my authorklee.com store. And when you order it from there, you will get free the free digital book that I will give you for free. When you order any of the books, you get the digital copies free. That way you can share the book with other people that may want to, read it with you or go through it with you. Or if you want to take it on the go, you don't have to carry the book everywhere you go. But I like it. It should be small enough to fit in a purse or somewhere like that. So if it can bless you, I believe it will, then feel free to grab that book. And it will come signed as well when you order from those stores. Okay. So until my next live, y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, Lord's willing. And yeah, congratulations. We made it through Wednesday. Today is hump day. So almost at the end of the week. So if you're like, Lord, when will it be over? It's soon, honey. You got 2 days left and then you get a break. My only question is, consider what you've been building and what the Father still has in store for you, because I don't believe it's over yet.